Hello, and let me be the first to welcome you to Worlds 2018. 8 months of competition showed innovation across all roles, and former Titans across the world falling to the wayside. With all those winding paths meeting here at the Worlds 2018 Draw Show. My name is James Dash Patterson, joined by the illustrious David Freak Turley.
That means I draw well, right?
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what that means. We'll
Perfect.
have to get a sketch later, and we'll let the audience decide. Let's kick things off with a reminder of how the tournament will play out in the coming weeks.
In 2018, the League of Legends World Championship is coming to South Korea, and we are here to lead you through some of the details of the competition. 24 teams will compete in up to 3 stages of Worlds, starting with the play-in stage, followed by the group stage, and concluding with the knockout stage. Play-in, which is taking place in Seoul, is where 12 teams will compete at this stage of the tournament. Earning a spot at the play-in stage are the top seeds from Brazil, the Commonwealth of Independent States, Japan, Latin America North, Latin America South, Oceania, Turkey, and Southeast Asia, along with the number 3 seeds from China, Europe, North America, and the LMS. That pool will be divided between 4 groups, with 3 teams in each group. They will play a best-of-1 double round robin in the play-in group stage, with the top 2 teams from each group advancing to the play-in knockout stage. There, the first and second seeds will be randomly paired together and will compete in a best-of-5, with the 4 winners moving on to the group stage. The group stage takes us to Busan and will introduce 12 new teams. The 3 representatives from Korea, along with the top 2 seeds from China, Europe, North America, the LMS, and finally, the top seed from Vietnam, who earned this spot after their performance at the Mid-Season Invitational. These 16 teams will be split into 4 groups and compete in a best-of-1 double round robin. The top 2 teams from each group will advance to the knockout stage, with the format switching to a best-of-5. 24 of the best teams from around the world will enter, but only 1 can be champion.
Now, the format's been laid out for us. Before we get into the draw itself, Reddit, I assure you, this draw is very much live. Although you may have enjoyed the results of the rehearsal, that is not the way the groups will fall unless we hit that million to 1 chance.
Maybe TL hits Vitality again. You never know.
We'll have to see. With that, let's start in with the play-in group draw. And the first teams to be drawn will be from Pool 1.
Yep, and they are the number 3 teams from G2 Esports of Europe, Edward Gaming from China's LPL, Cloud9 from North America, and G-Rex from the LMS.
Joining us as we start with the play-in draw is FlyQuest top laner, Flame. So, Flame, thank you first for joining us, and please start the draw. The first team out of Pool 1 is EDG of the LPL, slotting into Group A.
The most consistent team in the LPL, Edward Gaming enters once again as the number 3 seed, making this their 5th consecutive appearance at the World Championship.
All right, Flame, please draw our second team. Headlining Group B will be G2 Esports of the EULCS.
The 4-time EULCS champions G2 looked lost after getting destroyed in the quarterfinals, but they returned in the regional qualifiers with 2 impressive wins back-to-back against Splice and Schalke. Superstar Perkz stepped up when the team needed him most and is now looking to achieve success once again on the international stage. Now, G2 have already salvaged their season in Europe, but for this organization, nothing but a strong showing at Worlds is considered a success.
Time for us to find out who sits atop Group C. Flame, please do the honors. And it will be Cloud9, the 3rd seed, coming out of North America, atop Group C.
In North America's most Cinderella run to date, Cloud9 climbed from last place all the way to the summer finals after a season of roster shuffles. Only after cracking the code of a 7-man roster did the team's erratic style translate into win after win, leading them all the way to the regional qualifier finals, where they 3-0 swept TSM and booked their trip to yet another Worlds appearance.
Okay, Flame, I don't think we're going to be surprised here, but please pick our last team. And of course, that will be the LMS's G-Rex third seed coming out of the LMS, topping group number D. Letter D.
I like the number D.
I like the number D. Now, despite only picking up one win in the first round robin of the summer split, G-Rex came back into the second round of summer by moving Wuji to the mid lane and bringing in Stitch, the former Samsung Galaxy bot laner. This revamp led them straight to the regional qualifiers, where they won 2 best-of-5s and made it here to Worlds.
Exactly right. Sitting in that number 1 slot because of their region's performance at MSI. We'll see if they can live up to the title. Next are the teams from Pool 2, who are a mix of some familiar names and new ones making a splash this year.
The 4 teams in Pool 2 are the first seeds, as we have Bahçeşehir Supermassive from Turkey, Kaboom Esports from Brazil, Infinity Esports from Latin America North, and Gambit Esports from the CIS.
All right, so Flame, let's resume the draw, please. The first team out of Pool 2 is Infinity Esports, heading into Group A.
After being pushed to 5 games versus Dash 9, Infinity Esports finally obtained their first Latigo Latino America North title after being struck down in their 2 previous attempts. Writing a new chapter in the LLN history, Peruvian leader Arce and Rookie of the Year Renu earned the team its most desired prize, the opportunity to represent the LLN at Worlds.
Okay, Flame, our second team, please, from Pool 2. And this is going to be Supermassive from Turkey, joining G2 over in Group B.
Repeat TCL finalist Bahçeşehir Supermassive finds their first Worlds appearance after breaking their curse and winning the team's first Turkish Grand Finals. The same squad from this year's MSI arrives at the play-in stage with high aspirations as GBM and Snowflower look to perform on home soil.
At the halfway point of our play-in group draw, Flame, let's see the next team. And it will be Kaboom Esports of the CB Lull heading to Group C.
Dominating the CB Lull all year long, Kaboom Esports becomes the first Brazilian team to represent the region twice on the world stage. With stars like Titan and Jinkato, the team's organized and disciplined style aims to exceed the glory of Kaboom's last Worlds appearance, where their epic upset over Alliance in 2014 shook the big stage.
All right, Flame, it's time for our final Pool 2 team in the play-in. Heading into Group D alongside G-Rex will be Gambit Esports from the CIS.
After a 3-1 victory over Dragon Army, Gambit Esports returns to Worlds with some of the most internationally experienced players in the LCL. Diamond Prox, PvP Stayhos, and Kira all return with calculated fury that has them prepared to face any opponent they encounter.
The groups are taking shape. We've got one more pool to go here in the play-ins, and that would be Pool 3, which welcomes some of our more explosive teams to this tournament.
The 4 teams in Pool 3 are various first seeds. We've got Detonation Focus Me from Japan, Dire Wolves from Oceania, Chaos Latin Gamers from Latin America South, and Ascension Gaming from Southeast Asia.
All right, so Flame, one more time. Let's resume the draw. First up, out of the Pool 3, the Dire Wolves of the Oceania region will head to Group A.
Coming off another 10-0 regular split, Dire Wolves' team of big personalities returned to the international stage after their 4th consecutive OPL title. The braggadocious bunch of King, Schernfire, and Triple return with new top laner BioPanther, with the ultimate goal of bringing pride to the whole of Oceania.
All right, Flame, please draw our next team and see who goes into Group B. And we have Ascension coming through from Southeast Asia.
Despite changes to Southeast Asia's competitive format, Ascension Gaming continued their dominance after welcoming Russian AD carry Nixa and moving former bot laner Lloyd to the jungle position. With an improved roster and more refinement to their aggressive playstyle, Ascension Gaming have their eyes fixed on victory every leg of the tournament.
2 teams remain. Flame, let's get our next one. And it looks like Detonation Focus Me will be heading to Group C alongside Cloud9 and Kaboom Esports.
Up until this point, Detonation Focus Me was notorious for earning first in the LJL regular season, only to come up short in the playoffs. In their 4th successive finals appearance, Detonation Focus Me finally earns their LJL championship, and with it, they're excited to represent Japan in their first World Championship.
Well, one last team to go for the play-in. Flame, all yours. No shocks here. Chaos Latin Gamers round out the play-in over in Group D.
Chaos Latin Gamers enter the play-in stage after earning their 3rd consecutive CLS title. The team returns to the international stage with their passionate jungler, Tierwolf, and mid laner Plugo, who plans to flex his versatile playstyle over any opponent he meets.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our play-in draw is complete. We've got 3 teams in each group, 4 groups total. Freak, at first look, how does it look to you?
Well, Edward Gaming, obviously a big headliner there. I'm expecting the top seeds from Group A, B, and C all to do very, very well. These are teams that have honestly done a great job the entire time. G-Rex, topping Group D from the LMS, were the 5th place regular season team. They had not had a super good summer split. I think Gambit Esports have a good shot at upsetting that one. Or at worst, if it doesn't happen, I think you've got some really good second seeds or Pool 2 teams coming out from Group A, B, and C that can maybe challenge the BO5 there. I also think that Direwolves have a decent pull for themselves as well. I think Infinity is one of the weaker Pool 2 teams, and this is the shot for Oceania to make it to the best of 5. And with luck, they might get a decent BO5 opponent.
Exciting groups, to say the least. We got some old faces, we've got some new faces. We'll see how they clash in the coming weeks. Those are our play-in groups. They'll kick off the competition in Seoul on October 1st. For now, though, we're going to take a break. When we return, the remaining 12 teams of the tournament will be seeded into partial groups ahead of the tournament start. We'll see you soon. Welcome back to the World's Group Draw Show. We just finished the play-in draw, and now we're going to fill out the group stage.
Yeah, keep in mind there are some special rules for the group draw. As the teams get drawn, they'll be placed into the first valid group. Let's talk about the rules. Number 1, no 2 teams from a single region can play in the same group. And rule number 2, each group must have exactly 1 team from Pool 1, 2 teams from Pool 2, and their final spot in that group will qualify from the play-in stage.
All right, there you have it. First are the Pool 1 seeds, who are the regions that advance to the knockout stage of MSI.
And they are KT Rolster from South Korea, Fnatic from Europe, Flash Wolves from the LMS, and Royal Never Give Up from China's LPL.
All right, Flame, one more time, please. Let's start the group draw. The first team out of Pool 1 is Flash Wolves of the LMS, heading to Group A.
Despite losing some of the most iconic members of the team at the beginning of the year, Flash Wolves won their 6th LMS championship in a row without racking up a single loss. High-tempo early games and rapid rotations earned Betty, Swordart, and Maple another consecutive Worlds appearance as the hopes of the LMS region rest on their shoulders.
Okay, Flame, let's find out who's headlining Group B. And our second Pool 1 team defending MSI champions, Royal Never Give Up.
After 6 consecutive domestic finals appearances, Royal Never Give Up enters this tournament with 2 championships, 2 international titles, and looking to complete their golden road through Worlds to obtain the Triple Crown.
A scary group, as many consider them to be the pre-tournament favorite. But moving right along in Pool 1, Flame, let's see our third team. Our third team and topping Group C is KT Rolster of the LCK.
KT Rolster entered the World Championship after banishing the cloud looming over the Super Team's creation. By winning the 2018 LCK Summer Split, KT Rolster welcomes back the likes of Deft, Smeb, and Mata to the world stage. With all doubt discarded, KT have their sights set on taking the title on home soil.
Okay, Flame, please draw our final team. The last Pool 1 team topping Group D is going to be Fnatic from Europe.
After winning their 7th EU LCS title, the EU Titans Fnatic have their eyes set on international success and improving on last year's quarterfinal. Superstar AD carry Rekkles is back on form, and alongside the summer MVP Caps, he is the carry power Fnatic need to get to the top. This roster has dominated the region in 2018, and with the EU powerhouse looking to repeat the successes of their past, Fnatic is a team to watch at the World Championship.
The Pool 1 teams have been placed. Next is our last draw for today, the Pool 2 teams.
Pool 2 contains the remaining teams going to Worlds. Now recall that Phung Vu Buffalo from Vietnam are seeding directly into Pool 2 based on region mates EVOS advancing to the MSI group stage this year.
Without further ado, Flame, let's please start the Pool 2 draw. It looks like it will be Afreeca Freaks of the LCK slotting into Group A.
Blasting onto the world stage is LCK's second seed. The Afreeca Freaks finally earned their spot on the world stage after fine-tuning a roster of explosive individuals. Whether it's through their superstar top laner Keen or Kramer in the bot lane, the Freaks are poised to make a splash on the international stage with their carry-heavy lineups.
Okay, Flame, please pull our second Pool 2 team. And drawn. Defending world champions Gen G, former Samsung Galaxy, slot into Group B.
Despite their 5th place finish in the LCK Summer Playoffs, defending champions Gen G, formerly Samsung Galaxy, made their way through the Korean Gauntlet to step onto the world stage. In a run eerily reminiscent of their 2017 Gauntlet run, Gen G knocked out favorites after favorites, abolishing the world's dreams of SK Telecom, Griffin, and finally King's Own Dragon X to secure Korea's 3rd seed at Worlds, with no intent of giving up their title as world champions.
Group B looking quite scary after that pick. Flame, let's see our third team. And it will be Mad Team of the LMS heading to Group C with KT Rolster.
Mad Team earned their spot at Worlds as the number 2 seed from the LMS. Marked by their continued growth and high-paced jungling from Kong Yu, Coach Green Tea expects the team's constant improvement to be a huge strength on the international stage.
Okay, Flame, our fourth team, please. And that is 100 Thieves from North America, slotting into Group D.
In their first year of existence, 100 Thieves bursted onto the scene with enough swagger to earn themselves North America's number 2 seed. Led by all-stars Someday and Afromoo, 100 Thieves aim to stretch teams across the map and pull off the greatest heist, no matter the cost.
We've got 4 teams left to go. Flame, please do the honors. And slotting into Group A is Phung Vu Buffalo.
With familiar faces from Young Generation, Naul and Big Koro win another VCS championship with the help of star top laner Zeros. Phung Vu Buffalo represent Vietnam hungry to prove they're a threat with eyes locked on a deep Worlds run.
Okay, please pull our next team, Flame. And that is Team Vitality out of the EU LCS. And they are going to go into Group B.
This year, the rookies Attila, Jack Troll, and Jizuke made their entrance to the EU LCS. And what a season it's been for them. Alongside the veterans of Kikis and Cabochard, they have led Vitality to their first ever World Championship, looking to make a name for themselves on the international stage. While the newcomers come in as underdogs, they have continuously defied expectations in the EU LCS, and their explosive playstyle is a powerful weapon at the World Championship.
IG and Team Liquid remain. Flame, let's see our next team. And it looks like it will be Team Liquid of the North American LCS heading to Group C.
From forever fourth to fourth team in NALCS history to earn back-to-back championships. Team Liquid's big bets in the offseason of 2017 translated to earning their first world's berth in the team's history. The #1 seed uses its star-studded roster to play around NALCS MVP Doublelift in the bot lane, whose team aims to achieve a historical run for North America.
Okay, Flame, our final team, please. Of course, no suspense needed. Invictus Gaming, the Chinese LPL finalist, will slot in the Group D.
After a dominant 18-1 regular split, Invictus Gaming enters the tournament with back-to-back spring and summer MVP rookie and the Lane Kingdom of the LPL, looking once again to crush on an international stage.
And that will conclude the group draw, or at least what we can do of it, because the play-in teams will qualify into these last spots for each of these groups. These teams begin their competition on October 10th at 1 a.m. Pacific or 10 a.m. CEST. Freak, once again, initial thoughts here, taking a look at these groups.
Initial thoughts. North America got some very lucky draws, obviously. Mad Team, we don't expect to do very well, so Team Liquid can feel very happy. Of course, keep in mind, we expect Edward Gaming to slot into either Group A or Group C here, so 50-50 on that one. Flash Wolves look very good as well. They got to draw the lucky end of getting Fungu Buffalo on their side. Fnatic also, I think, looks very good for them. 100 Thieves, one of the easier teams they could have drawn. IG will be difficult, of course, but I'm expecting that to be exciting. What I'm most looking forward to is that RNG Gen.G matchup. Vitality, I am sorry, but that fight is going to be hype.
I cannot believe that the MSI champions and the defending world champions ended up in the same group. I feel sorry for Vitality for having to stack up against them. Of course, it is the World Championship, and anything can happen.
And it means they cannot meet into the finals, which means that if you're going to have that final, they cannot be anywhere else but on the other side of the bracket.
Give it to me. I know it's a long way off, but I would love it. That can't kick off, though, until we know our Pool 3 teams from the play-in. So here, once again, a reminder of how that one played out.
Yep, and once again, I want to remind you that Turkey had upset very, very well last year. They managed to do better than J-Team in the previous, Hong Kong Attitude in the previous year. And so they could maybe get an upset over G2. Gambit Esports over in Group D, that second seed, another team I'm looking at because they had the unlucky honor of having to place Flash Wolves in the play-in. And now they get a chance at getting some revenge against the LMS as they've got that team in their group. So it could be very easily Gambit topping that one.
Kaboom, no stranger to upsets either. Now that stage kicks off next week on October 1st at 1 a.m. Pacific or 10 a.m. CEST.
Very exciting things right here. Worlds is about to begin, and it looks incredibly hype.
Very much so. The sleep schedules have been swapped. The casters have done their research. Thank you very much, Flame, for joining us today and helping us with the World's Draw Show. To break down these groups, though, it's time for us to hand it off to Jack, Kobe, and Azael for a live edition of The Dive.